So if everybody can please mute themselves, that would be really helpful. All right. So welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I mean, some places it's very late at night, so we're very delighted that you are here. Welcome to Accelerate. This is a very special workshop that I have created for professionals and individuals and leaders and business owners or entrepreneurs like yourself. Because what happens is sometimes in life we get stuck or we get plateaued, or maybe our progress is not as fast as we would like for it to be. And what I have, based on my research and based on my work, realized is there are these blocks that come in our way. So 70% of our progress, when it's stalled, there are these invisible blocks that come in our way. Sometimes we kind of are aware of them, oftentimes we don't know them. And what happens also is that it's not just one block, usually, it's multiple blocks. So today we're here to help you identify those blocks and help you also figure out what is the cost related to those blocks because it's keeping you stuck. So, what is the cost? Oftentimes, that cost, I will talk about it, is not quite known to us because we keep it very, very limited and we're not quite aware. And then we will create a plan for your next 1 year to remove those blocks and to get a solid momentum towards your goals. So are you all ready? If you are ready, give me a Y in the chat box. Thank you. So today we're going to get some clarity. And by the end of this hour, you will know exactly what are those invisible blocks that are keeping you plateaued or stuck or keeping your growth slower. Now, it's going to be an interactive session, as you have seen in many of my sessions. So I will invite you to participate. What that would mean is participate in the chat box. And if you don't already have a notebook, I would recommend that you get a notebook and paper or pen. Because we will be writing, and I would invite you to write. So, one word of caution: this is originally meant to be a 3-day conference, not conference, series. 60 to 90 minutes each day. And I have combined it, crammed it into 60 minutes today. And because I know you all are busy and I know that you want to keep rolling and getting on with your lives right after this. So it's going to be a little fast paced. So bear with me. Keep an open mind and keep yourself engaged as much as possible so that we can give you the maximum benefit today. So let me ask you this. How many, if you're here, the answer is probably yes, but how many of you have felt like you are not where you should be or you would like to be in your life? What does that mean? Whatever we talk about today is going to be holistic. It's going to be your career or business. It's going to be your relationships. It's going to be your health, and it's going to be your general life experiences and lifestyle. So, how many of you, give me a show of hands, or if you are not on video, just let me know. I don't know. I just put I in the chat box so that I can see. Know that you're not exactly where you want to be. You feel that you should be farther ahead, or you feel like you haven't really crossed that chasm or broken that ceiling. And you're feeling stuck, as we said. Yeah. All right. So let's get right into it. Let's get into that whole idea of recognition of those invisible barriers, which is keeping you blocked. Before that, you all have a notebook and paper pen. Write down in your career, where is it that you would love to be by the end of this year? And where are you feeling stuck? Like, you just write about the gap where you are. So I would love to be at a director level in this role. I would love to be an I don't know, executive suite in this role. And this is how much I should have been making. But I currently am a manager and I am making X amount. You don't need to share that with me. This is your work. You can share it with me privately. Some of the things I want to keep private for you, so you can just share just with me. You can just kind of identify click on just write to me, and then you can share it with me. Um, or I would have loved to have a business launched. I would have loved to have such and such revenues in my business. So that's your career. Anything else you want to write about your career? I would have loved to be really recognized as um, an authority in my field, but I'm not there yet. I'm not even posting anywhere. What am I going to be an authority? Whatever it is for you, write it down. In relationships, I would have loved to have a really great um, relationship with my significant other, whether it's your girlfriend or boyfriend, or you're married, or I would have loved to have a married partner or a serious partner, or I would love to have a great relationship with my friends, my parents, my siblings, my in-laws, whatever it is. And then health wise, and where are you right now? Like, where is that block? Like, not the block, where is that gap? I am married, but the relationship with my spouse is not so great. Or I am still single. I'm meeting people, but I've not met the right person, whatever it is for you. My parents don't care enough for me, and I'm just not able to break through. The third thing is your health. Any illnesses, sicknesses, etc., or am I at my ideal weight? Am I feeling good? Do I have high energy? Am I pretty active, flexible? Do I have the strength? Write that down. Life experiences. By this time, I would love to, or by the end of this year, I would love to have traveled to these regions, countries, done these experiences, or I would love to do spend money on such and such things, or I would like to fly business class as much as possible. Whatever those experiences are, or I would like to have a home or a car like this, or I would like to live in a city like this. So just write it down and where you are. Or I would love to be able to buy any kind of products, electronic products, clothing, shoes, handbags, whatever you want to do, and where you are right now, just so that you already know the gap. All right. So what we're gonna go jump right into is start talking about, based on our work, where those blocks actually are. So the first block is this. Um, the first one is especially related to career, or even relationships or health, is that decision friction and overthinking. So oftentimes I'm not sure which way to go. I'm at this roundabout in my life. I'm in this transition point in my life, and I could do this, I could do that. I wish somebody really had the crystal balls. I wish somebody gave me more information. Oh, what if I went in the wrong direction or chose the wrong option? Let me ask my uncle or aunt. Let me ask my friend. Let me ask this person, what do they think? And then we gather all this information, but we're still confused. We're in this analysis paralysis mode. And opportunities and time just keeps passing. Do I get a job? Do I start a business? If I start a business, which business should I start? I have a business, it's not growing. Am I targeting the wrong audiences? Do I change this? Do I add a new product? Do I change industries? Whatever it is for you, just write it down. So if any of you think you are kind of stick in that decision friction, overthinking of it, just write D. I would love to see that. D in the chat box. The second one is failure. Now, this is very, very important. Failure is a must, but a lot of us try to either prevent failure or keep preventing ourselves from moving forward because of failure. You know what? I did try doing a business, or I did try to do presentations, but then I failed miserably. I don't think I'm good at it. I don't think I'm meant to do this. So then we do not learn from failure. We do not pivot, and we do not manage our recovery from that failure. And that failure has kept us stuck. The fear of future failure, or fear of failure that happened in the past. So we're literally still driving with our eyes on the rear view mirror. So that means the rear view is showing us failure from the past. So what's going to happen if you keep thinking about the failure from the past, you're going to bump into something, or you will just be so fearful that you will never move forward. So if failure is a worry that you have or something that's blocking you, please write it down. Write down in the chat box, and then also write down in your notebook, because you want to keep track of that failure. The third one is, ooh, this is really important: procrastination and inconsistent execution. You are procrastinating for whatever the reason is. The task is too hard. You want to get instant dopamine hit from doing whatever wasteful activities there are. I mean, if you did your task and then you relax with watching TV or social media or something, that's fine. But if you just spend so much time doing that, and you just kind of evade your work instead of actually doing your work, then that's procrastination. Or inconsistent execution is such that, oh, yeah, I got a lot done last week. This week I'm going to be slow, or I will take this week off. Or you know what? Last month I was really productive, or last year, remember, I launched that product, I got that big promotion. I'm going to take it easy. What happens is, and I've seen this with executives, I've seen this with successful professionals and business owners, is even if you got good accolades or you got a promotion or you got a bonus, and then if you start taking things slower, yeah, you can take a couple of days slower or off, or a week off, etc. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. But in general, if there's inconsistency, people around you start noticing, right? Whether if you're at work, your boss will start noticing, and it will literally hamper your growth and your reviews this year or this quarter. Same for business. Business, you are the main driver of your business. So if you start taking things too easy, your business is going to suffer. Now that, so if procrastination is something, thank you, you already have P in there. If there is procrastination is something that's coming in your way, please write down P. So far, how are you doing? These are some of the things that you already knew, or these are some new things that are popping up for you. I think it would be a mix, but it's just kind of good to see it on paper and acknowledge what is coming in my way. Misaligned goals. You are chasing wrong success. A lot of you have already been successful. You you have achieved a lot, or you're still trying to work to achieve that. Either way, so what's happening is, if you're still working on it but you don't feel like it, your goals are misaligned with who you truly are. What is it that you want? Because you are looking at the values of the external world, and these are not truly your values. So there are so many physicians and doctors who I know have given up their medicine practice because that wasn't them, and they kind of became a physician or a doctor because it was family or community or cultural pressure. But at the same time, you could have become, I don't know, an MD, a managing director, an executive, a senior director, a VP at a company, or even grown your business, but you're just not happy right now where you're in life. You have seen success, you have accomplished things, and that means you're working towards the wrong goal for yourself. So if this is for you, you are in misaligned goals. And the better thing for you would be to either you change yourself to align to those goals, or you kind of tweak your goals a little bit more so that they're aligned with who you are, what you enjoy, and what you value as a person. So just write goals if you have misaligned goals. Now, the fifth block is really, really important. It's the communication and influence gap. So this is about, you are not speaking your truth. You are not being influential. You are not standing up for yourself. You are not wanting to talk about your product or your idea. You just kind of said there, nobody listens to me. I talk to my family. I want to start a business. I want to grow my business. They just kind of said, oh, what about this, and they're not paying attention. Or my boss, I presented my idea and my boss is not listening to my idea. So you don't have that influencing and communication skill developed. Or in meetings, nobody really wants to listen to you very intently. So it's that presence and that communication and that influence that you are missing. And that can easily be built. It's a skill. This is a skill, and it can easily be built. I have helped so many professionals and business people build that skill. So, whatever you say, either you don't speak it or even if you articulate it, it's just not communicated very effectively. So your ideas and your influencing power and your impact is not coming through. You could be working really hard. And this is another point that we'll share in a little bit, but that impact is not visible. Now, the other one is this is block 6. So if communication is one for you, please write communication here. Under leveraged relationships and network, this is a very common one. Communication was common, procrastination was common. Under leveraged relationship and network, so either you have not cultivated your relationships to ask for help, ask for advice, or you just keep going to the same person who may or may not have done what you are wanting to do. Or you feel that, oh, I don't want to bother anyone, or I don't want to look weak, or I don't want to look successful, sorry, I don't want to look not so successful. I don't want to look confused in some front of some, this particular person whom I highly regard. Or why would that person even want to talk to me? So you haven't leveraged or built those relationships and those networks, and you are then trying to do everything on your own little, on your own self, and you're not learning from other people's experiences. And that's going to be detrimental to you, because then you will have to make all those failures yourself and have those setbacks, which we could have prevented if we had guides, mentors, professional advisors in our life. So this is really important. In fact, I run this uh, mastermind group for MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. We have 190 people in that group. Sorry, it's not, there are about 20 groups in there. And I run this professional masterminding for them. And even at that level, from such a top university, people still have this problem that we're not leveraging our networks. So once you have this personal board of advisors or a very activated network, you will see how your business decisions or life or career decisions become easier, and their accountability from a higher level becomes better. We also do this in my program called Pinnacle, where we build that inbuilt personal board of directors for you, alongside of advice and coaching and personal accountability. But this is coming from people who have actually accomplished a lot of those things that you want to accomplish. So if network is one of the blockers for you, please write N. Now, this is important. A lot of us live in this. This is called chronic stress and emotional drain. For whatever reason, a lot of us have that habit of living in chronic distress, I would say. Stress, distress, discomfort. And maybe our mind is just so overactivated. Maybe we're so anxious, so worried about the future, or we are bringing the baggage from the past, and we are just draining our cognitive bandwidth. And that is not only damaging our thinking power, our decision-making power, our focus power, but it's also damaging our health, our mental well-being, and our emotional well-being. So if you have a gas, if you're driving a car and your gas tank or petrol tank is almost empty, will your car move? And that's what we're doing when we're living in that chronic stress. We have this adrenaline and cortisol constantly being released, which is damaging our body and our cells and our minds, and it's just not really working for us. So if stress is something that you're living with on a day-to-day basis, write S. Now, skills stagnation and future unreadiness is the next block number 8. So what that is you are not upskilling yourself, you're not upgrading yourself, whether it's learning the new AI technology, whether it's getting better in your functional area. Well, you know what? I did really well. I'm in accounting, I'm in finance, I'm in marketing. I used to be an expert. Look at this. Last time I got a promotion in 2 years. This time it's taken me 4 years. Why? Because you're not doing a lot of these things, right? Are you staying up to date with that? Are you upgrading yourself in the success skills or the soft skills or the most essential skills, communication, leadership skills, some of the other skills we're going to talk about that. Also, personal mindset. Are you working on that? So these are all skills that you have to constantly elevate, because if you don't elevate yourself, you're going to stagnate. No elevation leads to stagnation. It's kind of like a lake where the water is just not moving. what does it get? It gets mosquitoes, it gets all this grime, it gets all this stagnation, it spreads disease. But running water of a river, which is moving, doesn't do all of that. So don't stay stagnated. If you're not growing, you are actually declining. So constantly be learning new things, both your mind and your body. Now, the ninth one is going to be low visibility, low brand awareness, and low self promotion. This is very critical. Most business owners and professionals don't do a good job of it. So, if you are in a job, oh my gosh, if I work hard, they will notice me. No, they will not notice you. What's going to happen is you're going to be at your desk working hard. And somebody else will get that promotion. Well, I got passed up for the promotion this time. I got passed for the promotion last time. What's going on? That person is not even that smart because you're not in the room where that decision is getting made. The decision makers don't know who you are. Same if you have a business. I am too shy to make those reels. I'm too shy to be on social media. I'm too shy to speak on stages. I don't want to call up the phone and pick up the phone and call these 100 people so that 2 people or 10 people will buy my product. I'm shy. I don't like rejection. I don't want to build my LinkedIn profile. Well, then nobody's going to know you. You're going to be the best kept secret. So say visibility V, uh, if this is going to be this is a problem for you because this is a very common problem. Even if you are already doing it, you're not doing it enough and you're not doing it strategically. So there is a very, very strategic way to do it, whether you're in a job or you're in business, so that it produces the best results. So you will see this case study later. It's Vanessa's case study. She was doing really good work. A manager really literally stuck in her job because she was not creating that brand awareness and that perception of the work that she was doing. So then when she started working in my Pinnacle program, um, literally within, I think, 4 months, she got a brand new job. Then she got a promotion in that job. And then within 2 years, she got another job in a very well-renowned company, tech company. You guys all know of that company. And then in that company, because I had trained her so well, not only was she doing her work really well, everybody recognized her for all the great pitches she was doing, all the great contributions she was bringing in, all the great clients she was working on bringing in and actually bringing in. So that's all the work of your visibility, your communication and influencing skills, and your self promotion and branding. So you would say, well, I don't like to toot my own horn. You're absolutely right. There is a classy way to do it, which we teach about in our Pinnacle program. Okay, now this is really important, fear of judgment and social exposure. Well, that is kind of related to that visibility problem. So I don't want to post on LinkedIn. I don't want to do videos because what will people say about me? I don't want to be on those stages. What if I mess up and my audience, what if they think that I'm who do I think I am? Am I being, just stupid, silly, whatever they're going to think about it? I'm not going to give that presentation or I'm not going to apply for those jobs. The last time I gave that interview, I gave 4 interviews, nothing really happened. So I don't know what these people are thinking. I don't know what the interviewers or recruiters are thinking. So there's that external fear of judgment, which is literally keeping you stuck, not creating a ceiling. It's imprisoning you in this small room. You are talented. Please hear me. You're talented. You have the skills, you have the experience. So why are you doing this to yourself? You're literally not even keeping yourself in a room. You're actually stepping into this small chest and you're asking somebody, or you're actually closing the lid on you and you're just kind of crouching inside in the dark. That's what we're doing when we worry about people's judgment and we don't create that visibility for ourselves. Now, number 11 is so judgment, right? Judgment of other people. Oh, what will now this one and the next one are kind of related. Handing power to external circumstances. My family is not very supportive. I have little children. I have grown-up children. I have elderly in-laws or relatives or parents to take care of. I don't have the time. I don't have household help. I live in a very small city. I don't have the money to invest. My boss is really mean. My team doesn't ever perform. I don't work in a growing company. My industry is on a secular decline. Whatever it is, we are handing the power to external circumstances. And what does that do? You're not taking responsibility for your situations. So you are left with no power to make any change. Why? Because, oh, it's the family's problem. That's why I'm stuck. Oh, it's the boss's problem. That's why I'm stuck. Oh, the client doesn't see the value in my product. Perhaps your communication and marketing of your product is not good. Perhaps your product is not aligned with the client. Perhaps you are looking at the wrong customers. No, but it's their fault. So, well, if you keep blaming other people, then you have lost control. So you will stay stuck. So bring back that control to yourself and stop ever blaming the external situations. We take 100% responsibility for our being stuck right now, right? So if you're giving power away to other people, can you please write down P in the chat box? Now, self-criticism and internal sabotage. This is like the negative self-talk, the devil always talking in your head, right? There is a good guy. Oh, you're so nice. Once in a while, they'll say, oh, good job, little pat on your back, but that's not frequent enough. I can't believe you just did it. Are you stupid, Joe? Or are you stupid, Sam? Or are you stupid? I'm just looking at Chris. Like, what were you thinking? I made that mistake, I will never do this again, or I made that mistake, I'm not worth it, I'm worthless, I am this, I am that. So that negative chatter, what is it doing? It keeps pushing you down, 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 down until you are just lying flat on the floor. Once you're lying flat on the floor, it still keeps pushing you down, and you never have the energy or the gusto to get back up again. So that negative criticism, those negative thoughts about yourself, your self-worth have to go away. I have been procrastinating. I am so bad. I'm not a good person. I just yelled at that person. How did I let them yell at me? I'm just silly. Like I'm good for nothing. Is that serving us? No. So C for self-criticism. Write that down if any of you guys are doing that. And the final one is you are trying to do it all by yourself. I am doing all these things at work. I'm not delegating. I'm not pushing back, or I am not prioritizing, or I'm not or I'm not eliminating certain tasks, or I'm not automating. Automation has become so much easier with AI. So this brings us back to learning the current skills. So I'm not doing any of them, or I am not maybe hiring people to help me out. So then how can one person do it all? If you're a business person or if you're working in a team, you can't do it all because and then if you live outside of, certain Eastern countries, you don't even have household help. So you have to do kids work, you have to be driving around, you have to do the groceries, you have to do household work, you have to cook and clean. So that just becomes too much. So figuring it out, give some to the rest of the family members, give some to the people at work, and some we have to invest in our business or our venture to grow. Otherwise, it will never grow. This is really important. So if you're trying to do it all, just give me a T in here. So, how are you feeling right now? If you knew all of these things that you have written for yourself, just give me new. And if something new came up, or if something or if there was an aha moment, just write aha, right? I knew three of these things but this one thing, I was not aware that I do it. So give me an aha or give me a new, KNEW, new. I knew this in the chat box. I'd love to see where we are here. And I know some people came later and they asked me what all things we have gone through. By the time you came, we'd gone through a lot. And since we are, on a tight deadline timeline, this is like 3 days of workshop put into one. What are the aha things that have come through? Just can you briefly write down what is it that came through for you? Now, while you write it down, I want to say there are three reasons why these are 13 reasons which are blocking you, but then there is a neuroscience of stuck. Your brain is keeping you safe. Why is it keeping you safe? Because it doesn't know your bigger why. It really doesn't know what is it that you really want to do in the world. You want to make an impact, or you want to help the family. You want to create a platform for your kids or your parents or your siblings, or you want to really lead the world into a new era, or whatever it is, or you just want to have a comfortable and luxurious lifestyle for yourself and your family. All of them are good, but your why is not very clear. Yeah, so that under leveraged network was a big one, huh? Okay, interesting. The why is not very clear. And that's why, and that not only it's not clear, it's not a big enough why. Sometimes we sabotage ourselves and don't do enough things because it's just us. Oh, it's just me. I'm going to walk all over myself. I'm going to walk all over my promises that I made to myself. That means I'm going to walk all over the deadline and my goals and my dreams. Oh, it's just me. But when it comes to somebody else, we always keep that promise, right? If we have a coffee date with a friend, we always show up. We don't not show up. But if we have a date with ourselves, it's all right. I had to finish. It's not a big deal. The second is pain. The pain for you to achieve is higher than the pain that to take action. So you're staying in the low pain zone. So why don't we make that pain to not achieve? That means the cost of not achieving really, really high. So that being in the status quo is very low pain. So let's say if I did not get to that level of business or career or get to that level of relationship, what is the big cost for me? Right now, you probably have a cushy life and you're okay with it. So that means your why is not big enough and your pain is not big enough. So you're just kind of dilly-dallying in this status quo, and that's why you're not moving. So we need to make that cost and the pain of not achieving your dreams and your goals really, really big. The third thing is your emotional and your energetic state. Physically, how much energy are you feeling? And then how much energy are you giving to this goal of yours? And that also aligns with the beliefs that you're holding for yourself. You know what? Nobody in my family's ever done this. I don't think I can do this. Well, nobody in the world did this, but Elon Musk has done a lot of things. Or nobody in the world had created a moving car or a flying plane, but the Wright brothers did that, right? So if we just kind of create beliefs that this cannot be done by me or by anybody, then we'll never be able to do it. And there are a lot of other beliefs we have. So what I have for you is because that cost is very under calculated by you, I have a diagnostic which I want you to quickly do to identify that cost and how important or big that cost is. And you're not seeing everything about that cost of not getting to the level you want to get to in your career, especially, and then in your relationships and your experiences and your life and health. I'm going to post that here and take a few minutes and identify the cost of, it's going to be in the chat box. Uh-oh, do we have waiting room participants anywhere? No. Okay. Wait a minute. So let me just repost. Okay. Click on this link. I just posted that in the chat box. And start working on it. Can you all click on it? So normally this workshop I do for companies, but I'm just trying to bring this to individuals and professionals and business people like yourself so that you can identify those blocks and keep moving forward. So give me a yes if you are able to see the links to the cost audit. And once you're done, just write down done in the chat box. Almost done. If you're done, give me a yes, please, or say done. All right. Done. Take 30 more seconds. Now, if you're done, and if you have seen what that cost is in terms of your income, your compensation, and how much it grows right over the years, I was shocked. Um, your well-being, your relationships, we don't see a lot of that. Your experiences, we keep putting things off. Give me something about the cost. Like, what are you feeling about the costs? What are your thoughts? Like, is it too much, too little? You didn't think it was so much, and you kind of just you can't see the results? Hmm. You is there a next button? Is everybody not able to see the results? You might
Yeah,
have, go ahead.
even if we are clicking on the button, it's not showing
Moving
anything.
forward, really. Okay, so you might have if the button is kind of great and you're not able to click on it, you might have missed something on that page. You might not have answered something. Oh, it's not moving forward. Okay, so there's like, hmm. So no, oh, that's terrible. The four people have already said that. Don't worry, I will look into this and resend that to you. But you kind of know after having gone through that. Hey, Chris, do you have any thoughts about this? No worries. It's a good exercise to have gone through. We'll look at this and I'll share the link with you. But the problem is this, you probably realize what those costs are. And why don't we figure it out together? What are those costs? So, for example, let me just give you examples, a couple of examples, and that will give you an idea. Sharing my screen. So I was talking about Vanessa. Vanessa was totally stuck in her career. She was a manager, but was not getting promoted. When she calculated the cost of being stuck for so many years, she realized she had been missing out on about 500 to 600 to 500 to $700,000. Again, it depends on what company she would be at. And then once she started working with us, she literally started getting all these promotions fast, and her income ceiling just kind of broke through. Um, this is Sean. He's a very senior executive. He was working, he was his still is in finance, was working for 6 years in a very, very high intensity job, but the income was totally stuck. I mean, the income level for this person is different. And then when he started working with us, we helped him shift several things, build several skills, and literally within I would say about 6 months to a year of working together, 6 to 8 months, he got a promotion, and that doesn't happen in this industry. And and his income, I think his income increased by 60%. And his income was completely not even in hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was a different number altogether. And so this person was literally missing out because they were stuck. They were missing out on millions of dollars because they were stuck for 6 years almost. And then their lifestyle became better also. So all these people were in our Pinnacle program. This person is an executive in HR, and they were kind of not seen very favorably in the organization. They had to do a lot of new change management techniques, or not techniques, change management programs in the organization. So the problem was they were literally blocked every time, and the executives, he wasn't able to get any executive buy-in. When he started working with me, he got executive buy-in from everybody because I helped him develop that strategy. He was in the executive coaching program, which is the higher level of Pinnacle. And not only did he get that buy-in, his programs got approved, and then he was able to implement that program in his entire company from the top all the way to the people at the very bottom. He got a lot of accolades, got bonuses, and he is now in the executive suite. Um, and the good thing is this whole thing would have taken him about 6 to 8 months. We scrunched the time and it became only 3 months. So then he was able to take on some more really high impact roles, programs within the company, and he was continued to be very highly recognized. Then after that, I mean, I'm still working with him. I'm working with all of them still. So there was this team. Now, this doesn't apply just to an individual. We're all here as an individual. This team performed at a high level, but we're not thought highly of. We're not recognized. We're not an influential team. They enrolled their whole team in our Pinnacle program, and the whole team, within what, 4 months of working with us, they started getting recognized. They got more clients, both internal and external, and their big bosses got a lot of recognition. And several people on that team actually got promoted also. So this was a whole team. This was a business which was just stuck and they weren't expanding. So we helped them expand into newer markets and also get new products into new customer segments. So they increased their revenues and sales by 30%. This team, again, this was a small business, so we helped them with their sales marketing go to market, and they were able to increase their revenues by 45%. So a lot of times what happens is when we are stuck, we're not able to see, okay, yeah, I am at my current income of $100,000 or $200,000. But what I'm not seeing is my income, if I wasn't stuck, should have been $300,000. And I'm not realizing that because I have made my lifestyle to fit into that $100,000 or $200,000 lifestyle. But in the process of being stuck for 5 years or 6 years, I have lost a couple of $1 million, not only of my income, but also investment returns of that income. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how I want you to visualize it. So what I want you to do is write down on a paper, and I'm going to guide you through it, the cost of all these being stuck. By the way, I will give you this, we will look at this diagnostic and send it to you, but let's talk about being stuck. What has it actually costed you? How many years have you been stuck? And what has it costed you in your income, in your returns, in your investments, in your career growth? Just tell me, write it down. You can send it to me privately, um, but I don't want you to post it there because this is too personal. But if you send it to me privately, at least you have somebody, in terms of accountability for you. You can just send it, text it, or not text it, just put it in the chat box to me. So what has been the big cost you have been paying for your career? Music too loud? Hang on. What has been the big cost in your relationship? You have not been able to dedicate time to yourself, or you have not been able to dedicate time to your parents, to your family members. You have missed out on all your family events. You have not been able to dedicate time to your spouse and your marriage or your relationship is crumbling. What has been the cost to your relationship? You've been so focused on just kind of spinning, being on that hamster wheel that you've not spent enough time with your kids. What You've not developed friendships. What is it? Relationship cost, what is it for you? And how does that dampen your well-being, your happiness? What has been the cost on your own personal health, both physical and emotional, because you're constantly in that worry zone, the anxiety zone, living that past. That person said such and such about me. They acted like this, living in rumination from the past. living in the worry of the future, living in the judgment of other people and playing very small and dimming your light. What has that impacted on your mental well-being, your emotional well-being? Do you sit and cry in a closed room, in the bathroom? Do you worry? Do you not have any confidence to share with? Do you not have time to work out, which, is going to definitely dampen both your physical and your mental well-being? Are you not able to go on vacations because you're working so hard, or you have put off your income generation and it's not to the level and that you're postponing those things? Are you not eating in fine restaurants, whatever fine means for you? Are you not buying the things you want to buy? What else is it for you? Are you not going on the adventure or the experiences, going to theater or um, concerts if you want to, trips, gifting for yourself and for others? Are you not getting household help? Because that would really alleviate a lot of physical and mental overload on you. How are you feeling about all of this? Write this down. How are you feeling? Write it down. Are you feeling burdened, sad, kind of angry that why did I stay stuck for so long? Are you feeling resentment? Are you feeling motivated that no more, I'm not going to be stuck anymore? Write it down here in the chat box. Now let's see, if you stay in this stuck mode, where will you be 5 years from now in your career? Will you continue to hit that ceiling and keep making or not making that income that you are doing when your potential is to make the hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars? Sorry, we have people from different countries. I'm just using dollars as a general valuation here. Are you going to continue to live in miserable relationships and not mend them or do anything about them? Are you going to continue to live this really limited lifestyle for yourself? Visualize if you don't change anything, if you don't remove these blocks, if you don't upskill or upgrade yourself, if you don't do the right things, and you're 95 years old. Hopefully you'll live until 120 or longer. But most people are kind of, saying bye by this time. How are you feeling? Are you living in regret by this time? I had all this potential. I should have done something. I had all these ideas, these dreams, these goals, skills, and never put them to good use. I wiled my time away. I wiled my talent away. What are you feeling at this time? Now, do you want to live from now all the way to 95 years old or till you're, you know, croaking in that state? If you're okay, just write yes, I'm fine. Okay. If you're not okay, please write a no. Let me see this. Let me see. Is it a resounding no? I want you to unmute yourselves. Can you unmute yourselves? And I want you to tell me, I will not live with these blockers anymore. I will not be the best kept secret anymore. I will live my perfect best life. Unmute yourself and tell me whatever your message is. I want to hear it from you. Feel free to get on camera.
I decide today that I will no longer live with these blockers anymore. I want to live to my full potential.
Excellent. So proud of you, Parul. This is great. Anybody else? Anybody else? Satnam, you're on camera. Do you want to share what you want to stay with your blockers? You want to stay where you are?
I am I've been there for a long time. I really don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. We're going to get to the next step of creating a plan. And then the next step after that, once you have the plan, you have to execute on it. So, are you guys committed to living your best life and actually reaching your potential? If you are committed, write, I am committed, and type it up. I am committed. I am committed to myself. That's who you are committing to. You're committing to yourself. I am committed. Yes. Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you, Shamika. I am committed. Yes, I am committed. I make that promise to myself and I will live that promise. No more excuses. No more of these blockers. The blockers mean nothing to me. I am way more powerful than any of these blockers. I'm committed. Yes, absolutely. So the next step is this. We're going to create a plan. We're kind of running out of time. Please stay for a little bit longer, maybe 10 more minutes long if you can. And before we create that plan, you have multiple ways to fulfill and execute that plan. You can either do it yourself, which you may have done in the past. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But as we all know, we kind of need a little bit of hand holding. We need accountability. We need the right path to follow. We need some coaching. We need a community. And a lot of you guys are already in a community, and that's absolutely fine, right? But keep moving forward. So if you know you're committed to yourself and you can move forward, then this program, the next step for most people would be Pinnacle, where a lot of the people have broken through. That would be Pinnacle. It may not be for you, but if you can do it yourself, you don't need this. If you're not committed to yourself, this Pinnacle program is not for you. Don't worry about it. We will still together work on this strategic plan for you. Just hang on. But if you actually want to move forward and actually take that promise on and see your dreams and your goals come to life, Pinnacle is where I have seen everybody, a lot of my clients see results. Now, for platinum members, this offer is not for you. This pitch is not for you. We have a lot of other groups and other members here, and this is for them. I'm just going to briefly tell them. They've already seen what results Pinnacle has actually produced, but I'm going to briefly tell them what Pinnacle program is. Do you see my screen clearly, or do you see it like all over? Like, do you see a lot of different boxes on my screen? Because I have a lot of boxes. So good, the Pinnacle is for people for whom good isn't good enough. Status quo isn't good enough. It is your next level that you want to get to, and probably a couple of next levels. By the way, this is based on you. Most of you don't know my background. I have advanced degrees from Harvard and MIT. I am also co-authoring a book with Marshall Goldsmith. Many of you may have heard of him. He's a New York Times bestseller and author. He's written several books, and he's also the number one leadership thinker in the world. These are all the organizations and a lot more that we've worked with. We work with Ivy League universities all the time, IBM. We've worked with people from Chase Bank, Google. This is Military Officers of America. Luxottica is a luxury brand. Princeton University, lots of brands we've worked with. We've worked with people both in finance, accounting, healthcare, tech, not accounting, sorry, tech, retail, luxury goods, education, etc. What Pinnacle is exactly the next step. You identify your blocks, but then you actually have to kind of take the next steps to work towards them. Platinum, this is not for you. There are a lot of non-platinum members, so this is for them. It's a 6-month immersion program. It's a mastermind style program where you get training in all of these areas: leadership and executive presence. Executive presence and personal branding, we talked about it. How do you get to be known as an authority, as a thought leader? Strategic thinking and decision making, team management and leadership development, emotional intelligence and self awareness, influencing without authority. These are some of the areas we work with. We work on your career growth and strategy. So that is intentional planning and intentional execution, and I work closely with you. marketing yourself and your ideas, personal branding and thought leadership within your organization, within your industry, on LinkedIn, on social media, in giving talks on stages, perhaps even a TED Talk, networking and relationship building. Then we worked on communication and relationships in the professional area, really, really important, but also in your personal area. Communication mastery. Um, I'm actually a communication coach and expert. Expert is a big word. Communications coach. Public speaking and presentations. I've been public speaking for like 35 plus years. Difficult conversation and conflict resolution. This is very important, both in personal and professional life. Interpersonal and relationship connection, and really honing in on those relationships. Performance and productivity. This is like a big area of research for me. Productivity and time management. We're also going to teach you AI for business and professional efficiency, energy management, your personal energy management, and peak performance, focus and attention optimization. Because people who are not very productive, not very efficient, focus and attention is a problem for them. Your personal mental and physical well-being will help you with that. And sales and marketing, this is really important. You may not be a salesperson, you may not be in marketing. That's not what I mean. You could be, and this would still work for you, but you're always selling your ideas, whether you're at work, whether you're selling your product or a project or program, you're always selling. Vanessa, whose example I took, she was a tech person. She wasn't in sales and marketing. Now, what has she become? As her career has grown, she's actually doing pre-sales and sales, and she's opening up European markets for her company right now. I just had a conversation with her. So, go to market, sales, branding, thought leaderships, and influencing and marketing. So we're going to help you with all of that. I personally have 15 years of experience in sales and marketing. So what happens in this pinnacle? It's a mastermind format, kind of like what I run for MIT, but this is way more because there's all this training and courses. There is coaching, group coaching. There is all these mastermind workshops and hot seat coaching. There is an accountability group. There is a community. There is a lot of power within the community. And so together we all rise, we all move forward, and no person left behind is my motto. We take you all forward. And I've already shared several results with you, and they were just a handful of results. There are way more many results which I can't share with you. By the way, so our executive coaching program is $20,000. And our pinnacle program, which a lot of those, people I shared with you, is $5,000. But just for today, for the next half an hour, it's going to be $4,000. If anybody is inclined or wanting to be a part of this, it's only $4,000 for the next half an hour. So it's 12:30 p.m. my time. That is 1:30 p.m. EST. And the price will go back to $5,000. And it's 6 months on purpose, because if I make it 12 months, if I make it a year, then you're going to continue to procrastinate, and your success is not going to come soon enough. So that's why we have to limit that time frame. And then you move on with your life. And then in the end, you get to be part of that whole alumni group and the mastermind. And then I bring in a lot of expert speakers, which I have access to. Oftentimes, a lot of people don't have access to. So I'm just going to pause here. Does anyone have any questions about this? Again, platinums, this is not an offer for you. The uncovering of your blocks was why you are here for. But anybody who's non-platinum, you're welcome to, consider this if you like, if you're committed to yourself and if you think that you can't do it yourself. Any questions by anybody, from anybody? No. All right. So are you ready to make the plan for yourself so that you can achieve your goals in the next 6 months? It's a good timing. We're literally almost halfway around the year, through the year. All right. In your plans, let's start with your career plans. You have already written, where am I right now? Where do I need to be? So where do I need to be? At a high level, every month, write down May. So May is just starting. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Write down all the months. By December, I just want you to jump to December. What should you have accomplished? I should have gotten the promotion or to be a director or a senior director or a VP, or I should be in consideration for it. or I should increase my sales or get new clients to this amount, dollar amount, or whatever is your currency. Or I should have launched my business by August or June or whatever your month is, and I should have these many clients giving me this kind of revenue. Whatever is end goal in September, sorry, in December. Now, take that end goal of December 2026, write down the end goal for December 2027, because we're going to think about a year and a half. Because we have to set up for success for the next year and a half, actually for 5 years. If you're in Pinnacle, would be working on a 5 to 10 year time frame, like you're setting you up for success for that kind of time frame. But right now, we're just doing this workshop. All right. So now, what are the skills? What are the things I need to? So you have the months over here. Create a line. Just write down a line, like a little column. Don't cover your whole page. We're going to create thin columns. What all do I have to finish every month? And you can start from December, November, September, or you can start right now, May, June, July, to get to that goal. That means I should know my product by this month, and I should have created, vetted my product, got product market fit by the end of, I don't know, June. I'm making this up. Everybody's timelines are different. My MVP, minimum viable product or offering, should be ready by end of May. I should have a basic website by mid-June, or by end of July. My website should be robust, taking orders. I don't know where you are on your journey. If you're just starting, I'm giving you that much time, but if you have been working on it, it's fine. Every day, I should, once this work is done or while this work is getting done, I should reach out to 2 new clients, potential clients. So this is for the business people, the work people. If I need a promotion, I should set up a meeting with my boss by next week, or next, not by, for next week or the following week. I should have a very clear-cut conversation with my boss about promotion. What do I need to have accomplished to get a promotion or to get a raise or to get a bonus, and have it in writing? If my boss does not give that to me in writing or very clearly, how do I communicate with them in an influential way so that we're all on the same page and I am working towards it? He knows it or she knows it. And at the end of the year or mid-year next year, whenever your bonuses in New York, sorry, a lot of you guys are on the East Coast, in the US, a lot of that kind of just gets decided in the fall of this year, and you kind of get it in December, January period if you're in finance type of a field or consulting. Um, or if I'm not going to be getting a bonus or promotion this year, I should set myself up for next year, but the work has to be done this year. It can't be done next year, right? Yeah. So I'll write all the months, then write what are the blocks? You know the blocks. So what do you need to develop? How do you kind of get out of your cocoon and be a new person? So I've not been working on my network. I will reach out to 5 new people in my network and ask for, you don't just say, hey, I need help. You have to ask it very strategically so that they continue to not only help you one time, but ongoing basis. If your communication skills are not at par, I need to build my communication skills. If your brand visibility, if your thought leadership is not on par, you need to work on that. You need to build that. So for that, you probably have to build a new mindset. You have to build a strategy. You have to get some more skills to kind of do your personal marketing and branding, and internally within your organization and externally in your industry. Yeah. So write all of that down. What are the other skills I need to develop? Now, what is the feeling and belief that I need to live with? So come up with the belief. What are the belief patterns that are holding me back, that are actually creating these blocks? Look at your blocks. Why are those belief patterns there? So look at the block. So let's say your block, I'm going to look at the block. You are worried about the judgment of others. Why are you worried about that? Because it makes me feel bad. Okay, that's just the only reason. Or because I'm worried that they would not put me up for a promotion. Okay, fine. So how do we mitigate that? So how do we change that block? Sorry, not that block, that belief, the negative belief you have for yourself. And what needs to then replace it? Replace it with the positive belief, right? Everybody really likes me at work. They really value my work. But that belief will take some time to actually hone in and actually kind of rest in your system because you've had an opposite belief. Nobody listens to me. Nobody values my work, whatever your belief is. People are judging me. People are being mean to me. I don't have the right skills. Well, I will build the right skills. I don't speak in a certain way. Well, I will build those skills to believe. I'm not a leadership person. I don't have followership. I will learn to become a leader. I do not have the skills to manage my time. I procrastinate. Well, I will build those skills. And that mindset, almost every skill and every belief is accompanied with a mindset. So write this down. And now, because we're running out of time, what I want to do is I want you to then take your monthly milestones that you wrote. You will have to then break them down week by week and day by day and put it in your calendar. Today, 4 hours, I'm going to work on my product. 1 hour, I'm going to work on the presentation that I'm going to give to my boss. I will make sure I set up a meeting with my boss and boss's boss. I will call 5 potential clients this week. That means I'm going to call 3 today and 2 tomorrow. So it has to be that specific. And I want you to do that in your own time. And once you have done it, you're welcome to write back to me that you've done it. I'm going to pause here. It is work. It is work. But if it's not work, then you will continue to stay in this status quo. And then when you're 95 years old, you will live a life of regret. Is that what you want to do? And you would have just completely wasted your potential and all your God-given gifts, all the gifts you cultivated, all the gifts you got from your parents or your family. You would have wasted them and you would not have made any impact in this world at all, or on your life, or on your family, or yourself. And you would not feel proud of yourself. And you would constantly live in regret, resentment, anger, fear, shame, guilt. Those are all very, very heavy feelings that will continue to drag you down. I don't want you to live in that. And I know you don't want to live with those feelings. You're too precious. You're too powerful. You're too valuable. And you're too talented and skillful to live in those feelings. I'm going to pause here. I have covered a lot, 3 days of work in one day. I want you to start unmuting and share with me. And I want you to come on camera for a little bit. And please share what are your thoughts, any questions you have for me, and how can I support you? Is there anybody who's not from Platinum here? Okay. Any questions? No
No
questions.
questions, Joe, but I would like to say that a lot of these things we already know, but just putting them down all together at one place just makes it so clear. And thank you for, bringing a structure around it because we just keep thinking about it in our mind and then there's nothing happening. We don't take any actions. But now since you laid it out this nicely, I mean, there's no other way. We have to now take action. And I love how you asked us to break it down by month and week and then block your calendar to just, be accountable for that thing. Um,
Absolutely. You said the
yeah.
right thing. And when you block your calendar, then you actually do it also.
Hmm.
This is part of planning, but then execution is another thing that you will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you working towards being in a job or do you have a business?
I'm in a corporate job. I'm working on my promotion this year.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what industry are you in?
Finance?
So are you in New York area?
No, I'm in Dallas,
Oh,
Texas.
wow. Okay. Got it.
Mhm.
Excellent. Cool. Anything else? Anybody else has any thoughts, questions, any ahas, any realizations? What will you do? Let me hear from each one of you. What will you do to achieve your goal by 2025, 2026, sorry. Parul seems committed, and I think she knows what she's going to do. She'll do it. Satnam, what will you do?
I live in my head. That is my problem. So I do
Right.
a lot of things in my head, but not in action. So I really achieve nothing. So that sometimes that becomes a bit of a challenge for me. Not a bit, a lot of a challenge for me. So that's my problem.
Right. And we can't keep this as a problem anymore. We know it. It's done. You wrote it all down. So got it out of your head. Anything else that's coming in your way, any other thoughts, beliefs, I want you to write it down. And then where are you? What city and
I'm in
state?
Vancouver.
Okay, so you're what, Mountain time, you're
No,
Pacific
no,
time,
I'm
right?
PST. PST, yeah.
So your whole day is ahead of you. Please commit to
Yes.
me two things you're going to do today, two things, big or small, I don't care. And then
Mhm.
report back that you did them. And they have to be, I call them needle movers. They have to move towards your goals. What is it, the two things you'll do?
I'll be making calls,
To
expanding my
whom?
working for some clients and
Yeah.
to expand my network, something, some two people to for networking.
So two for networking, and how many clients will you call? Potential
I
clients?
I will be calling four. I don't,
Four.
I just want to start small.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. Two
Yes.
networking and four. Perfect. Calls, emails, what follow up with multiple things. Yeah, text message, etc. Good job. Please do
Yeah.
let us know that you did that. Parul, what will you be doing today?
I'll just create a detailed plan for myself, like you said. I just want to get to it and really put it into like visibly on my calendar. What do I need to work on? Because I think I know what I need to do, but I just keep procrastinating, thinking
So
I
you
still
need to
have
do.
time. Yeah.
I need you to do it. I need you to actually do beyond that calendar. What will you accomplish today?
Okay.
Dipti, you're next. I'm coming to you. Ashish, I'm going to come to you. Asma and Rajesh, I'm going to come to you. So please tell me the two things you will be doing. Yes, Parul.
So networking was one of my top like gap.
Hmm.
So I will probably figure out a list of folks that I need to reach out to who should be in my network.
I need you to call people or email people. It's not just figuring out the list is not
Okay.
a problem. You can find two people, right? Five
Mm-hmm.
people. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want you to reach out to them, however you want to reach out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
ChatGPT will write a nice script for you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What else? What else? I want you to set up a meeting with your boss, okay, for a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's going to be strategic. You just don't show up to the meeting. I mean, it's going to be some time. And the other thing is, I want you to also write down all the things you have accomplished over the last several, like this month, this year, and several couple of years, and what impact you've created, so that you can talk to your boss about the promotion. Because you
Mm-hmm.
have to kind of plan, and you have to get your boss um, kind of bought into your promotion. It will just not automatically happen. I mean, it could, but a lot of times it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. So please
Right.
work on all of that. Please let me know. Are you in the Goal Achievers group?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. Please let me know there. Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Deepthi, what will you be doing? The two things today. And it has to be actually be doing, not planning, not calendarizing. Yes, you have to do that, but doing action. Yes. Oh, you're muted.
I've started my course and I want to create time, make sure that I finish it within 3 months. So that's my plan.
So you have a course, means you will be teaching a course.
I will be studying.
What course is it?
It's a Google Data Analytics certification program
So this is, what is your end goal though? To get a promotion or get a new job?
to get a new job.
All right, so you
That's
can continue to do that, but you'll still have to apply for new jobs, right? Are you in a job right now?
no.
Okay, so please,
I will
you
be
start
doing.
applying. You will apply to two jobs today, thinking that you already have done the course, because
Okay.
Once the interview is there, your course is going to get expedited pretty fast. And use Notebook LM to learn faster,
Mhm.
or even Gemini, they're both the same company. So the course should not take you 3 months. Can you finish the course in a month, please? Yes, you can. Are you
I
working?
have
You're not working full time.
once in a day. I have a
Children.
15-month-old. Yes. And with all the responsibilities, I'm only able to create like 2 hours in a day to study. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I
All right.
said it might take me
Find
3.
2 more hours, delegate, find 2 more hours somehow. And I want you to also start applying for jobs. Apply for any 2 jobs today. You're not going to get a call. Don't worry about it. Just apply. I just want you to get over that hunch, and that
Got
hump, not hunch, hump. Okay. So
got it.
please do reply. Are you in that Goal Achievers group?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, Ashwini, how are you, my friend?
Hey Joe, I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're not, are you able to come on camera?
Not really.
Okay, all right, that's fine. What are the 2 things you're going to do today?
Two things I'm going to do is like I'll apply for 2 jobs. That is one thing I'll be doing. And the other thing is like I'll write down my goals for like next 6 months and like for the December 2026 and 2027 December. And also I want to look my career as a whole for 2025, like for next 5 years from 2026.
Okay, that's
So
fine. So that will take you a couple of hours, and then you will still apply for 2 jobs today?
yeah, to like
Okay.
I that is simple for me. I can do that.
So then why don't you reach out to 4 people in your network alongside of that and apply to 4 jobs instead of two?
So I am that person who never reaches out to people. So that is one this thing like I under leverage the relationships or network. I genuinely like have never tried that, so I'm not sure if
So that's
that.
exactly why you're going to do it. This is what you say. It's very simple, and ask ChatGPT to refine it. What Who are you going to reach out to? An old friend who's at a company where you probably want to work out, or a person who kind of has a lot of network, an old boss, friend of a friend of a friend's. Hey, it's been whoever it is, right? Or maybe somebody else, maybe an old mentor, somebody whom you want them to be a mentor. um, hey, it's been a while. I was thinking about you. I was reading this article, and I was just thinking about our conversation 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and it would be just so great to catch up over coffee or on Zoom. Uh, and it would be great to hear what you're up to. And I'd love to get you caught up too. That's it. That's all the email is. It's been a
Sure.
while.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, sounds great. And when you speak to them, all of you guys, you kind of help, exchange, updates about each other. And then you first ask them, how can I help you? Right? You always ask them, and then they will definitely ask you, how can I help you? So in that way, you say, I'm looking for a new role in such and such area. I'm looking for introductions to these people. I see it on your LinkedIn. Um, so if you think of anybody, let me know. So yeah, it's a pretty simple thing, and it's a pretty normal thing to do. Everybody does it. So you're not doing anything out of the blue. This is for everybody, not just her. So thanks, Ashwini, for being so open about this. Thank you. Rajesh, what are the 2 things you're going to do today?
Hello, Joe. Are you able to
Yeah.
listen to
Can you
me?
come on camera?
Okay. It's not working. Some problem is
Okay.
there.
No problem. Where are you calling
Uh,
from?
Mumbai.
Oh, okay. Cool. I feel like a radio jockey right now because they ask that question all the time and I can't see you guys. So yeah, go ahead. What will it
Yeah,
be?
I'm
What will be
working
it?
on $1 million goal for 2026.
Excellent.
And, I'm already working with 2 clients, and probably I will need 3 more clients to achieve that goal.
Perfect.
So probably list of 20 people I have already focusing on. Out of that, one is Saudi real estate broker, Ask Property Fund, so that I can get a good deal, which my group will be able to work on them.
Hmm.
So for that, probability higher list is already there. I'm going to call them in this week, and maybe within 2, 3 months, I will have additional three clients. So total five clients will then be there for achieving my goal of $1 million. I
Perfect.
think by December 2026, I will be able to achieve that.
Excellent. Very, very good. You're in real estate? Is that what you do?
I'm a business advisor for real
Uh,
estate developers.
okay, very good, very good. So why don't you shrink that time to about a month and a half? You will have your three clients in a month and a half. That means you will reach out to maybe double the number of potentials that you were thinking about.
And although I'm working on very less clients, but I'm raising my standards. So I have started the course of Rahul Jain. Once Mitesh sir also mentioned his name. He's one of the topmost business advisor, business coach in India.
Okay.
Was from 20 to 23 years, he's working on that. Taught more than 20,000 plus candidates. Takes fees of 15 lakhs per student.
All right.
And it's really good. So
Okay.
it's a promise. They work on two mission statements. One is working a day in a week only, not six
Hmm.
days, not 7 days. Everything is automized, automation is there, and double your profits in a year. So
Excellent.
he's living that mission statement. People are getting results. I am also feeling that within 3 months, he is really tracking the goals very effectively. So it will be nice for me for additional clients also and present clients also that I will have more good quality standards set and achieved to achieve the
Excellent.
goal.
Keep me posted. You're in the Goal Achievers group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely keep me posted. And so that's good. That's great. Guys, if you know of anybody who would benefit from our Pinnacle program, please do let them know or let me know. And then we also work with companies and organizations of all sizes. So please let them know also or keep us in mind if you hear of anybody. The reason why I did not want to offer Pinnacle to Platinum because we just don't offer we don't sell anything to platinum members like we're not supposed to. So I mean the services are there, but if you know of anybody else who would benefit from that, please reach out to them or reach out to me. Perfect. Any other questions that you guys have?
Thank you very much, Joe, for whatever you have said now. And I also, while learning, I will be also offering my help to those who need for doing or developing the business. Although I'm not a master in that, but my own experience is quite there in that real estate kind of thing. So, as we are platinums, we don't sell anything. So it's just a help to buddies here.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be really great. You are in the Goal Achievers group, right? Yeah. So maybe we'll do like a session with you or something that would be helpful for everybody. Yeah. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for your time. And it was great to have all of you guys here and good luck. Keep me posted, post in the Goal Achievers group. And yeah, thank you for being here. Hopefully this was useful for you and helpful for you.
I missed
This
some
was super
part of
helpful.
session, whether we are having recording of this.
Yes, I did record it, so I will process it and upload it and share.
Yeah. Definitely. It's a
Yeah.
great contribution, Joe.
Thank
You're
you.
always having very quality focused sessions for everybody here. And I thank you for from everybody's part that I really loved it. And I'm waiting for other sessions because whenever you speak, there is a very good quality. Everybody is impacted positively. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. All right, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.